Here are some things that I have learned in my 30 months of sobriety. No one was coming to save me. No one was going to pull me out of my alcohol addiction and get me sober and do the work for me. It's a decision I had to come to on my own. It was a commitment that I had to make and walk in. There is no convenient time to quit drinking. There isn't a time of year or a season or a circumstance that's going to make it easier, because there's no way around it but through it. There's always going to be a holiday, a vacation, an anniversary, a birthday. There is always going to be something. The first few days, weeks, it's pretty rough. But it is temporary. It is so temporary. As I look back, I see where it was just a small blip in time. It was such a momentary thing. And I am so thankful that I pushed through all of it. You have to trust the process. You have to trust that there is science behind it. There is science of how alcohol affects your body, how it affects your mind, your sleep, everything, your mental health. It affects all of that. And by taking that poison away, things do change. And the changes are very subtle at first. It's not just this overnight or this week process where you just feel amazing and everything in your life gets better. You didn't become addicted to alcohol or dependent on alcohol in a week. It's been, for many of us, decades. So it takes time to undo all that. And this is a big one. Feelings is normal. It's part of the human experience, both good and bad. And it's not normal to want to numb out or escape from the bad things. But on the other hand, when you do quit drinking, you do have to sit in a lot of feelings that are uncomfortable, those feelings that you've been running from. But in doing so, it forces you to deal with those things, because who wants to sit there and be miserable all the time? And you find some resolve and some healing in things. But the only way you're going to get to that place is by feeling those things. You don't have to have your standard stereotypical rock bottom in order to quit drinking or to come to the realization that you have a problem. I didn't come to a place where I felt ready to quit drinking. I wanted to quit drinking. I didn't have this moment where like the heavens opened and it just made sense to quit. I just got to a place where I could see where alcohol was destroying my life. And I knew that in order for change to happen, I had to give change a chance. And that meant the alcohol had to go. So for me, my sobriety journey started with what looked like, or what was, a commitment. But over time, as I started to see the benefits, desire caught up to commitment. So it got to a place where I no longer desired to drink. But it took that walking in a commitment, something that was uncomfortable, I didn't want to be doing, I wanted to be drinking. It took going without to see the benefits for my desires to change. And lastly, I have never once, not even one time in the last 30 months, regretted quitting drinking. I've never once thought to myself, why did I decide to quit drinking? Why didn't I just keep drinking? If anything, I wish I would have decided to quit drinking even sooner. I have never once regretted waking up sober without a hangover. No matter how hard the night was before, how hard the urges were, the cravings, never have I woken up and thought, I wish I would have drank last night.